The History of Joan versus Johnny. Joan Rivers is one of the preeminent comedians of our time, rising to prominence in the 1960s and 70s with her appearances on The Ed Sullivan Show, many other shows, including The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Carson took a liking to Rivers, having her on as a guest 81 times and having her guest co-host 201 times, only to be bested by Jay Leno. Carson made his intentions to retire known, and Rivers assumed that she was on that short list to take over for Johnny. She found out very quickly that she was not being considered to take over for Johnny. At the same time, Fox, a brand new network at that time, was looking to have a late show to compete with Johnny. They offered Joan a show, The Late Show with Joan Rivers, a $15 million contract, and the offer that her husband produce the show. She could not say no. She took that offer. Before she signed the papers, her husband said, "Please don't tell Johnny Carson. You know how he could get. He bans people. He never speaks to people ever again for petty things. So wait till you sign the papers before you tell him." She signed the papers. She called him up and said, "Hi, Johnny, this is Joan. I just wanted to let you know I have a show on Fox." He hung up on her. She called him back. He hung up on her again. They never spoke again. She was never invited back to The Tonight Show by Johnny at all. She said she never held any hard feelings toward him, actually trying to talk to him in public, and he would ignore her. In 1992, Carson did retire, and Leno took over for him. Leno honored Carson's ban of Rivers by not inviting Rivers onto his show during his tenure. But she went on to do all kinds of things in the 90s and 2000s. In 2014, Jimmy Fallon took over The Tonight Show and invited her back for his very first show, 28 years later after the Carson ban. So that is the history of Joan versus Johnny.